All right, let's talk draft. The combine is next week. You know college football really well. I think everyone can look up the top wide receivers projected to go in this year's draft. The Niners are gonna draft a wide receiver. We know it.
Yeah,
Everyone knows it.
yeah. Especially
The
after
way I
how
look
big
at
of a
it
bust
is
Ricky was.
they've been at the bottom of the league the last couple of years in yards after the catch. And that's a huge problem, particularly against Seattle.
Yeah.
They don't give up long catches. They struggle against the Rams because Puka Nacua is a freaking beast after the catch.
Yeah.
We know they need speed. We know they need yak. Who are some guys in the first couple of rounds, maybe 3 rounds, who theoretically could give that skill set?
So here's my thing is if you're the 49ers, you have like two options. In my opinion, you're trading up for like Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate, which they would be high. But if you traded up for one of these two guys, they're perfectly worth it. Like they're incredible. They're gonna both be really, really good.
Mhm.
If not, you're kind of sitting at your pick and you'd be probably looking at picking like if you were a good GM, you'd be looking at picking like a Denzel Boston or Casey Conception. Even though Casey is a drop machine, I know a lot of people love him. He drops the ball.
Before you tell me what you don't like about him, can you tell me why people love him?
Oh, because the second he has the ball in his hands, he can house it at any moment he wants.
Okay.
He is
So
like
that's exactly what the Niners need.
yes, he is a yak superstar. He is an
Cool.
end around superstar. He could take a screen and house it whenever he wants. The issue is, will he catch the screen?
Yep. Fair.
And his biggest issue is his biggest drops are over the middle, which is always where they love to throw the ball.
That to me could be more of like a focus issue than a like
it is. He's scared
hand-eye
to get hit because he's
coordination
small.
issue.
Yes, he's scared to get hit because he's small. So
Okay.
if someone puts him over the middle, especially if I was watching Brock Purdy tape and what he did to Brandon Aiyuk, if I was him, I'd be scared to catch a Brock Purdy football over the middle.
Okay, fair enough.
Uh,
Still, though, I feel like a lot of time, considering how easily defensive players catch Brock Purdy's passes, maybe Concepcion would catch him too.
Yeah, I think he's really good. And if you're going to draft someone, most likely, if you're drafting a receiver and your best player available at 27 is most likely going to be KC. And even if he's at like 24, 23 still, and like Boston, Lemon, Tyson, Tate are all drafted, I would probably trade up for him because, again, he literally is a threat to house the ball at any point in time. If not, if I was the Niners, I'd probably wait till the second round and draft someone like Jeremy Bernard from Bama because he's a lot like Debo. He's super smart. He's a good route runner. He's very good at yak. He's not a deep threat at all. And he's very physical. He's not super. He's like a 4-5 guy, but he's physical as hell. He's literally like Debo.
Those are Kyle Shanahan's favorite wide receivers. He doesn't want you to be too fast.
Yeah.
Like you run a 4.4, he's like, dude, slow down.
Yeah.
I didn't run a 4.4. Why are you making me look bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
like
Jeremy
Juwan, you ran a
Bernard
4.7. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think Jeremy Bernard is probably like Kyle. If I was guessing Kyle's draft board, my assumption is Jeremy Bernard is pretty high up there for him. He's literally like, if you were to pick a guy that's like Debo, it's him.
I would imagine that the Niners, I don't know, I feel like they shouldn't draft a wide receiver in round 1.
I don't unless
they
you're
just
trading
did that
up.
2 years ago. But round 2, I would be shocked if they didn't take one in round 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if they traded up in round 2 to take the guy.
And that's kind of where I'd be if I was the Niners. I'd kind of let the draft play out, and in my opinion, I'd draft like a safety or a corner or something like that in round 1, or even an offensive lineman. Like draft the dude out of Penn State that could fall to us. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But in second round, that's when things get interesting because if KC falls to the second round, then yeah, trade up and get him. But if not, Jeremy Bernard is probably going to fall to you in the second round, where you can easily take him and Kyle gets Debo 2.0, exactly who he likes.
I think he's going to try to get Debo 2.0 this year. They don't need to get another Jawan Jennings. I mean, you could probably find that guy as an undrafted free agent, a guy who runs that slowly. Yeah. But they need real explosion, real speed, and real yak ability. And if the guy can't catch, maybe that's even better. Maybe that'll turn the rest of the league off to him, and the Niners can get their the next Cam Latu.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my biggest thing with them is if they're going to take a big swing, my guess is their big swing is going to be to get Jordan Tyson. He's an ASU product. He's a big
Yep.
boy. He's fast. He's very good. But yeah, if they don't, I could see them sitting still till Jeremy Bernard. Like he's kind of like Kyle's typical guy. KC is, but he's just small.
Trading up in round 1 would be interesting. They don't have that many draft picks. They have 7 draft picks. They have a ton of needs. Maybe if they trade Mac Jones, they could do it. But I feel like a wide receiver in round 1, they need trenches more. They need a linebacker. They need to replace Dre Greenlaw. They still haven't done that. So I don't know. I would rather wait until round 2. I don't like waiting until round 3 or 4 because Kyle won't play those guys.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think round 2, I think this is a really deep draft for receiver talent too. So I think waiting till 2 is safe. I think definitely address the line or corner or safety in round 1, in my opinion, and then hit round 2 with your receiver or trade up in round 2. But who knows with the Niners? They could take a jump. They could jump and try and swing for a receiver because they seem like they want to be aggressive. So maybe they make a draft night trade, Mac Jones, and they jump up and try and snag like a Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon. But
yeah, to me, I would not take Alec Pierce. I wouldn't sign any wide receivers unless I drafted him and I felt he's one of the best receivers in the league, and we're going to throw him 160 passes a season. Like the Seahawks should extend JSN. No question.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
But the Aiyuk extension never made sense. He's not a top 5 wide receiver. You don't throw him that many passes. He's not your whole offense. What are you doing?
Well, I think that was their goal, was to make him it, but yeah, it kind of hurt. So you don't, I know you don't like Alec Pierce.
I like Alec Pierce. No, I do like Alec Pierce. I don't want to spend $20 million a year on 3 catches.
Would you rather spend $20 million a year on him or Juwan?
Neither. Option C. Sumalo.
So you really
guard.
You're really putting the fire to John Lynch, huh?
Oh yeah.
You're expecting him to actually hit in the first round. That's impressive.
I don't think I'm putting the fire to Lynch. I think I'm putting the fire to Jed York, dude. You got to spend. People let you not spend last year and sort of understood. I don't think they're going to understand this year. And
what do you mean?
It's hard to blame John and Kyle. What?
You just said don't spend.
No, I said we want him to sign Boye Mafe.
Oh, Kyle Pitts, yeah. Okay.
Rico Dowdle.
So you want him to spend all that and then just focus
not on wide receivers. That's the thing. Yeah. Wide receivers are too expensive and they don't do enough. I'd rather spend on a guard who plays every snap on offense and affects the run game and the pass game.
And then, okay. I could agree with that. Do you think because I haven't heard much about the rumor about Jordan Addison or anything. Do you think they're still looking to trade for a receiver or no? You think that's dead in the water?
I think they're definitely looking to trade for a receiver. And I feel like a lot of these rumors are going to pick up next week when all these teams are schmoozing at the combine. That's what the Niners tried to trade Aiyuk last year and found out that no one wanted him. They were so surprised.
I would be surprised too. We just paid him so much money and his knee's only a little bit broken.
Big Tone says sign Charlie Collar, underrated hands. Good blocker.
Charlie Collar.
That's Larry's guy. What about Jake Tonjes, man? What's up with all this Jake Tonjes slander? I don't understand. How many games would the Niners have won without Jake Tonjes this year? That's my question.
Oh, I have a question. What would you think if the Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq fell to the Niners, or they traded up and drafted Kenyon Sadiq?
I'd be down. Why not?
I feel like that would be such a surprise, like out of nowhere. Like they don't sign any. I feel like actually that could be like them tipping their hand, is if they don't sign like a Kyle Pitts and Njoku, likely, and like nothing happens. Like say they don't even sign Tonjes and they go into the draft. I feel like that means they want to draft someone like him.
I think we're gonna be in La La Land all year, and all we're gonna hear about is how George Kittle's gonna be ready for week 1. I bet you.
They're
He's ahead of
really going to
schedule.
put their entire faith in George. You know what's crazy though is people ask questions about Brandon Aiyuk for months when he was hurt, never heard anything. The first question they're asked about Kittle, oh yeah, he's gonna be ready week 1. Aiyuk,
I
they kept saying
guarantee
we
you
don't
they're going to say
know,
that.
we don't know, we don't know.
LL YouTube says maybe I missed it and need to watch again, but the Aiyuk injury was a dirty hit. Nonetheless, he's no longer a Niner.
It wasn't a dirty hit; it was a shitty throw. Like what?
Yeah, and
What do you want safeties or DBs to do? Just let him catch it and then like cradle him to the ground? Like, all right, you got it, buddy. Like he has to make a play. That's not his fault. That's the quarterback's fault for putting him in the position.
I'd love to go back and watch the like raw footage of that play and see which players went over to check on him when he was down. Did Brock? Did
Probably
Kyle?
not.
Because
Brock
I
was,
bet you Aiyuk knows.
maybe that's why he hates them.
Just saying.
Jimmy would have checked on him. I'll tell you that much. Jimmy would have.
And Larry had an interesting point. I've been wondering if he wants to play football anymore. What if he can't play football anymore? That knee injury was pretty catastrophic.
Yeah, that thing was brutal. I mean, I am assuming he's going to go to the Commanders, though. I'm assuming we're going to release him. He's going to go to Commanders on a cheap
I
one
don't
year.
assume that.
Why?
But maybe he will.
Why don't you
because
think
that was my assumption at first. My assumption at first was him and his agent were talking and working together, and the agent was like, just be quiet and we'll get you to Washington. But I get the feeling that he went rogue on everyone and is not communicating with anyone, including his agent. That's the sense I get. Because if he were, you'd think the agent would be working in the back channels with media people to sort of get his side of the story out there, but no one knows his side of the story. He doesn't seem to have a side of the story.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, that injury does seem crazy, and he is trying to, be YouTube famous. So maybe he knows he's done.